Hey everybody, it's Jana Bresenden here. As always on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon, I am sharing my story in vulnerable, raw, and sometimes embarrassingly real ways so that you will know that you're not alone and that your story matters. I can't believe this is already the 10th broadcast. We're getting into like double digits here, and I just wanted to thank all of you who have followed along with the story and who have reached out and shared your stories and let me know just how things are changing in your world. Hi, Cara. And so today is a little bit different because I usually will like think of something exactly that I want to convey. And today's just going to be a little bit more off the cuff because I saw something yesterday on a TED Talk that really spoke to me, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the lessons that I learned um, in those kind of like last few weeks before Tim died. So I wanted to actually show you this picture if that makes sense, because I wanted you to kind of get a sense of how quickly everything changed for us in those final few months. So I wanted to show you this. This was a picture that we took in June, might be even July, of 2009. That was at a wedding, and it was like pretty soon after Tim's third surgery. But you know, everyone was still getting around, and obviously for at a wedding, we're still ready to party and having fun, right? So less than 3 months later, we went on a vacation, and that's what happened to Tim. Like within just a few months, he was in a wheelchair, he couldn't move. And to be honest, he came back a little bit from them, but then like not quite as good as he was before. And then it just like kept going down, kind of down, 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 down. And so while all that was happening, I think I was kind of like in a panic. I mean, I didn't know what was happening, but early on we had made an agreement that because nobody really survives from brain cancer, if you do any research, they basically just say everybody dies, and pretty quickly actually. We knew that we needed a miracle to happen. And so we had made an agreement that anything that Tim wanted to try, we would do. And because we knew that 90% of it working would be that he believed it was going to work. And that my job would be to just support that. That I wasn't going to force any treatments. I wasn't going to make him drink any of these concoctions or force him to take any of the vitamins or anything like that. Like I was just going to provide, and whatever he felt like he needed to do to be a part of this healing, he would take care of. So kind of as things started going down the road, I did try to say like, okay, well, since you're off work anyways, why don't you go volunteer at the kids' school? Why don't you, maybe write some letters? Why don't you, it was like trying to come up with options, And for the most part, he didn't really take me up on it. And I remember feeling really upset because he would spend a lot of time sleeping and resting. And then, but if people were going to come over, he was like in the shower, he was sitting up on the couch, like they would come over and he would just have these great conversations and really, just be present for them. And at the time I remember feeling really angry because I thought like, why do you get up all ready and dressed and do everything for people when they come over, but for us when we're here every day, you just like sleep or you lay on the couch? And I was really upset about that. And, I decided that how I was going to respond to that is I was just going to keep on living our life, right? And doing the things we needed to do, getting the kids off to school and go to birthday parties and soccer and, just kind of keep a normal routine of life. And then whenever he felt well enough to jump in and just, be open to and excited about that. And now that I have a chance to look back, one of the regrets that I do have is that I wasn't willing to just be there while he was dying. But I didn't know that he was dying at the time, you know. I thought he was just going to bounce back, just like he had before so many times. And the reason it made me think of this is because on that TED Talk, I heard an artist talk about an experience that she had similarly with her mom when she had cancer. And she decided that she was going to stop doing, right? Because she'd been doing all these things to try to help her mom get well, and just started being. And they had this really great routine of waking up in the morning. She would just crawl into bed with her. They would make like bath time this luxurious thing and have all these rituals. And so anyways, that is to say that one of the regrets that I had was that I wasn't able to just be there if he couldn't move or talk or sleep. Thanks for the hearts. I love that. I wish I would have been able to do that more. And so that's why I'm telling you, so that when you're in a situation, you can let go of the doing and embrace more of the being. And I also want to tell you that that's just what happens when people are dying. They don't have as much need for interaction. They don't have as much need to get out and do things. That is part of the process. What happens is you start folding in on yourself little by little because you're preparing for that transition where you don't have your physical body anymore. And I hope that if someone would have told me at that time that that's just a natural part of it, then I hope that I would have been able to just accept that and be there instead of wish for more action or wish for more activity. It's okay to wish for more time, but I think I wouldn't have been so angry towards him. I think that I would have been more understanding that he was using all of his energy just to stay alive for another day. And so maybe he didn't have enough to do all the things that I would have wanted him to do. Like in that picture I showed you in the beginning where he was in the wheelchair, I remember I got really angry because there was a glacier coming up and we had an opportunity for a photo and he just couldn't get there. And I was like, now we've missed it. Now we might never have this opportunity again. And I was carrying on and on when it didn't matter. So that being said, on the flip side, which is always a nice thing to have when you're thinking about a lesson that you've learned, I do think that that time was also a necessary preparation time for me to believe that I could go on my own, still, take care of the kids and keep up with their responsibilities, because for a couple of months, Tim wasn't able to join me. He wasn't able to help getting them to and from where they needed to be, or, just help out with the kids and stuff like that. So I had already been doing that on my own for a couple of months. And that was something that I thought about after and when I was on my own, that those few months where he was really sick and couldn't join us for things, that was like me having the training wheels for being a single mom. So that I wasn't too overwhelmed. But I was able to kind of like carry on with my life a little bit because I'd had a little bit of practice. So I want you to know that even though I do wish some things would have been different, I don't beat myself up for it. I totally forgive myself and know that I did the best that I could at the time. And that even though I probably could have done things better, I feel great that I was still able to learn things, and that experience did make me stronger in different ways. So I don't know how that is going to affect you and in your life, but I guess if I wanted you to know anything, it would be that even if you have regrets, that isn't the end of the story. there's still more learning to do. There's still more loving to do. There's still more living to do. And we can make a choice every day to do it better and better because of the lessons that we've learned. So I want you to know that if you have a story that you want to share with me or a question, I get a lot of people calling me with questions like, oh, this thing just happened to my friend. What should I do? I want you to know that I'm here, so you can reach out to me on a Facebook message, or you can email me, hello@jannabressenden.com. And just know that we're all in this together. And I hope this is just sending a ripple effect of honesty and connection and love so that we can all just live bigger and better. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.